What is values-based approach in VC ecosystem or venture capital ecosystem? We are all chasing with facts and figures, with numbers, with financial stability, with success, with business expansion, business growth, and we'd like to be the top pioneer, whatever we are doing. That's fine, that's not a problem, but we would like to focus on sustainable development. We'd like to focus on consistent growth. We'd like to focus on the growth or the development or the benefits, which is not only becoming for any specific group's benefit. We'd like to make sure these are the benefits ultimately going to create impact over to a great number of people and the planet and their prosperity. And then we can say that, yeah, it's been done something phenomenal. I mean, it's done something significant. So in this regard, we'd like to connect investors and entrepreneurs with a values-based approach. Values-based approach means connecting with human values with organizational core values. It doesn't mean that you need to compromise your core values, whatever you believe on, whatever you're believing in, and whatever the way you're nurturing your life, the way you brought up. But at the same time, we'd like to make sure the organization, they don't need to compromise for the sake of other individuals or other leaders' core values. Let me give you an example. We don't want to see that because of the changes of the C-suite level people, the dilemma of the organization has been changing. We don't want to see that. We'd like to see that organization is running with its own core values, and it's driven by the people, and they're aligning with their core human values with the core organizational values. Here we go. Now we are thinking and we are believing ultimately we need to make a good bridge between investors and entrepreneurs, because investors means the successful people who have available resources. These resources can be their financial resources or the resources they've acquired as an experience throughout their life journey. We'd like to make sure that investors, this valuable treasure, can be utilized by the entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs always seek for fund, always seek for financial support to grow faster and reach the success faster. But we'd like to make sure investors are going to give the flow of impactful investment, which is going to make sure the greater interest of a huge number of people. And at the same time, we'd like to make sure that entrepreneurs, whatever they do, however they do, it's aligned with core values, it value compliance, operational journey. Therefore, once we ensure this two part, once we ensure these stakeholders in terms of values, and if we can connect with these values, so that the ultimate success will be more sustainable, more consistent, and the economic growth will be more stable, rather than short-term quick wins, rather than only focusing on what's in there for me. We'd like to transform it, what's in there for us. So therefore, core values, the way world is going on right now with ESG reporting and other compliance activities, we'd like to make sure that we are going back to our root. Our root is connected with our core values, regardless your religious belief, regardless your gender, regardless your ethnicity, regardless your other affairs or geographic, situation or socioeconomic factors. We'd like to make sure investors and entrepreneurs are well connected and their connectivity has been done and has been well bridged with core values. Because this is the time we need to make sure that core values are into our DNA from the very beginning. From the very beginning means from the family life, from the education, in terms of corporate world as well. We need to make sure core values are well connected and these are well, designed to make sure these are embraced and empowered well within the community, society, and the country, so that ultimately it can be well connected as a universal values. So therefore, values-based approach in venture capital ecosystem, it's crucial. It's not a choice, but it's by default. We have to do it. Let's do it for the sake of greater interest of the people, planet, and their prosperity. And if it is not now, then when? And this is the right time. Let's do it. And it's you who can start initiating this and start believing, start, advocating this so that you can have other followers to follow you. And ultimately, we can have all values ambassadors throughout the world and make sure whatever we do in our personal life, in our family life, in our business life, these are very much well connected with the core values. So let's do it, and let's go for values-based venture capital ecosystem.